Hello beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel. If you are a new subscriber, welcome, and if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. Everything that I use in this video will be listed down below. Please don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss whenever I post another video. I'm going to be recreating this beautiful look that I did on this side off camera. Let's hop straight into it. I'm going to be using two shades from this palette. The first shade I'm going to use is this one, and this one is closer to like my skin tone, and I'm just blending it all over the lid just so I can have an even surface to work on. And with this shade, I'm going directly under where I applied the other one. The other one basically will be like a transition color. And I want this to stay pretty much in the center as well as a little bit in the outer corner, but mainly into center. And I'm just going to blend out the edges. I'm going to use 3 shades out of this palette, but I'm going to start off with this black shade, and I'm going to apply this in the outer corner using some stamping motions. I don't want the black to be too bold, so I'm just applying a little at a time, blending it out, and applying more if needed. And when blending this, I'm really focusing on blending those 2 shades together, so I'm going to really take my time and making sure that I get a smooth transition versus having like a harsh line. Without adding any more of that brown to the brush, I'm going back in with that brush, and I'm just blending those 2 shades together. Again, make sure I don't have no harsh lines and making sure that everything is really blended and faded together. And for this particular look, I want that brown to show through a little more, so I'm just going to apply a little more to the center and then continue to blend out. And for the other 2 shades is both of those red shades in that palette, and I just mixed those together to get the perfect red that I wanted. And I'm just going to apply a little bit of that. I didn't want to apply too much of that because I'm going in with a glitter anyway, but this just helped that glitter in certain areas stand out. And I'm applying some eyeliner right now, even though the eye look is not completed. But I just wanted to apply this on a little bit before applying the glitter, because sometimes the glitter kind of cover up some of the eyeliner, and that's what I wanted it to do in the front area. And I'm not going to apply a wing just yet. I'm going to do that later. My main focus is to apply a little bit, so when I go to apply the glitter, it kind of melts into the liner, if that makes sense. You guys will see what I mean in just a second. I'm applying a little more of that red because I wanted it to be a little bolder, even though it doesn't matter because I am going in with the glitter anyway. But in order for it to stand out in that area, that's why I did that. Now I'm going in with some glitter glue, and I'm just applying a little at a time. But as you can see, I'm not going up where that red is just yet. And I'm just blending that out and really taking my time. And then once I go in with the glitter, that's when I'm going to go towards the red. And to add the glitter, I'm just using some stamping motions, and I'm really taking my time when applying this, making sure that I don't move that glue anywhere else other than where I placed it at. So I'm just tapping that into place, and then I moved up towards the red areas of the eye and placed that glitter on top of there because I did have a little more glue on the brush as well. And now I'm going to apply my liner like I do any other way, starting from my lower lash line and making the line as straight as I possibly can, and connecting the top portion to the rest of the liner on my eye already, and then just filling in what needs to be filled in. And you can make that eyeliner as bold as you want it to be. It is totally up to you. Now I'm going to go in with my foundation. For this look, I did not use no primer. Primer is optional for me. As long as I moisturize my face really well, I don't need it. That's just me though. And I'm just blending this foundation out with stamping motions, making sure that I spread it nice and even around everywhere. And if I need more, I can go ahead and add more. This foundation is buildable. And I'm really taking my time when blending this out, making sure that everything is nice and covered. As you can see, this foundation blends so good with my skin tone. It's like perfect. And I love this foundation because it is weightless, like you barely can feel anything on your skin, and the match is so good. The coverage also is very good, but again, you do have to build it up if you need to. But for me, I didn't have to build it up as much. In certain areas I will, but not all over. My forehead is already done, so I don't have to apply anything there. Whatever is remaining on the brush is what I add to my nose, which is basically nothing, as well as the center of my eyebrows. And to highlight my face, I'm going to use a little bit of my concealer. It may look like I went in with a lot, but I didn't. And I'm going to let this sit under my eyes for a little while I blend out the rest of that concealer. And for my forehead, I'm going to also add just a little bit because I don't want my forehead to be too highlighted, but highlighted just enough. When blending out the concealer under my eyes, I'm really focusing on the edges. So when I go to add on my bronzer, everything flows in together and I don't have to use any more product than what I need. I'm not too concerned for the concealer to go all the way back towards my temple, but I'm mainly focusing on the inner corner. To help blend out that edge, I'm going to take my foundation brush and I'm going to blend those two together to really make sure that the concealer blends in well with the foundation. And I'm going to do the same thing on the opposite side. I'm using a brush to blend out the rest of that concealer instead of a beauty blender because a beauty blender soaks up product and I only want to go in with one layer of concealer. And just keep in mind that if you do happen to only use one layer of concealer, that beauty blender is going to soak up most of that product, which forces you to kind of go in with a second and sometimes even a third layer. Before I set the concealer, I'm going underneath my eyes one more time to make sure that that product is really pressed in. And then I'm going to use some translucent powder to set that in place. I'm going to add on a little bronzer, mainly just focusing it on the cheek area, and then I'm going to apply some on my nose as well, but nowhere else, just those two areas. And I'm just going to blend out the edges of that, making sure that everything blends together. And I'm going to take some translucent powder everywhere that I applied that concealer. And as you can see on my nose, I didn't apply enough. So I'm just going in with a little more, really focusing it on everywhere that I applied the concealer at on my nose. I don't want it to go everywhere on my nose. And then I'm also going to kind of clean up that contour a little bit and apply some, not too much under my eye, to kind of bake just a little bit, not too long, because I do have dry skin. I don't want that concealer to, that powder to sit in certain areas for too long. I don't want to look cakey or patchy. Even though I did not apply any concealer to this area, I'm going to still set that foundation under there as well, because the foundation is also a liquid. And I'm just applying a little bit of my mixture of powders together and then blending it out. And I love the way that this turned out together. That mixture is the bomb. I'm also going to apply that to the outer corner of my eyes and then work my way towards the front part of my eyes, just to kind of tone down that brightness a little bit. Going in with another foundation brush and really just brushing that powder into place and dusting away any excess. I do have powder brushes. I just never have them in the space that I do my makeup at. And now I'm going to set that into place, and I'm going to add my mascara as well as my lip products off camera. I hope y'all enjoyed this video as much as I did making it. Please don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss whenever I post another video, and I will see you in the next one.